here at the shop. My shop is Wildflower Antiques. I'm located in Bedford, Indiana, which is just about 30 miles south of Bloomington, Indiana, where Indiana University is. Big changes are happening. Currently, I am only open Fridays and Saturdays, 11 to 5. That's going to all change because I am moving my reselling business that I do from home into the shop. We have about 2,500 square feet that's jam-packed full. But if I'm going to be here, if I'm going to be spending a lot of time here, I need to make the space usable for my reselling business as well as the antique store. So what my plan is today, so the first part of this video is going to be me going through section by section and purging things that we've had. We've been open for about 4 years. Well, we have been open for almost exactly 4 years now. And I'm going to be getting rid of the lower dollar item things that we've had since we've opened, basically. And I need to make space on the shelves for things that are going to be brought out. We have, you can kind of see way back there, there's a barn door, and that is the back room of the shop. And we have a ton of things that are just sitting there because there's no room in here to put them. And if I'm being quite honest, I was going through a little bit of a burnout at the shop, and I didn't really want to be here. I didn't want to be here because I wasn't happy with the way that the shop looked. This is not what I had envisioned the shop to look like. So we are going to rearrange some furniture. We're going to change it all around. I'm going to give it a good scrubbing and a good cleaning and make it feel the way that I want it to feel. I want people to have a certain vibe when they come in, and I want to feel like I enjoy being here as well. So I'll go ahead and show you a few areas first. We'll do some kind of before, and we're going to work on some sections today, and I'll do some after pictures or slides or whatever as well. So here we go with the tour. Okay, so the front door is here. When you walk in, we have a big window here and another window there, but I'm not focusing on the windows right now. This stuff is all stuff that I drag outside, so that stuff is just kind of there for now. But you can see I have a cabinet here that I'm going to completely go through and decide what's staying and what's going to be taken to the flea market to sell. My dad is going to set up at a flea market, and whatever we don't sell at the flea market, honestly, is going to be donated. I am also going through this section here. I've had these games down here forever, and I need to look through them and see if there's any that I want to take the time with listing. Honestly, if it's going to take me a long while to sit and count out pieces, I'm not doing it. So they're probably going to end up going to the flea market. There are a few games that look kind of nice set up as a display. So like the paper doll game there, I might use as a display. And so some of the pieces I'm still going to use as displays, but some of these items that we've had for a while, mainly the games, are going to go and to make space. Things like this Tonka truck, I'm going to be able to reuse in other areas of the shop as part of a display, so I don't need to have just a dedicated toy section. I can have a, I can intermingle it. Same with this. This stuff is going to be gone through. We have had these dolls since we have opened. I am probably going to list a lot of them online, so I'm going to hold on to them and not take them, but a few of them will end up at the flea market. But the objective today is to go through, fill up some boxes, and take them to the flea market space that we're going to be using. This is a new piece of furniture that we just brought in, so it looks very bare. I'm keeping it bare. I actually may put some pieces that I'm going to keep in the shop over here just to make some space. And this piece of furniture is a gorgeous buffet with beveled mirror, but you can't see the piece of furniture very well because it's got all kinds of stuff on it. And it has a lot of stuff on it because I don't have place to put the stuff. These are really cute little angels here, but we've had them forever. and so they're going to be going away. Same with the milk glass. I mean, I've got tons of planters down here too that I'm probably going to try to make a fun display with them, just because they're so colorful and people do like them. But some of this, some of the stuff, like this is carnival glass. It just isn't. I have $5 on it. I'm not. This toothpick holder, while it's cute, I have $1 on it. So I need to make the space and kind of move out some of these $1, $2, $3 items and make some space. Now that's not going to say that I'm not going to keep some lower dollar item things, because people like to buy some cheaper things, but I need to just kind of condense and make some more space. So that's the plan. So that's step one. That's what we're going to do today. This is a newer piece of furniture that we have. And I don't mind the way that it's displayed, because it's easy to get to. You can pull things out and it's not too cluttered. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm probably going to be moving that piece of furniture somewhere else and putting something else here. But we have several trunks, and my goal for the trunks is I'm going to stack a few of them on top of one another. So just using different layers and levels to make things a little bit more appealing to the eye, because right now it's just all thrown in here. This is an area of the shop that I do not like, because there's no rhyme or reason to it. So I need to take everything off of here and reconfigure what I'm going to do. And actually, we're moving the counter out about 3 feet so I can have a workspace behind there to take photographs and stuff. So I'm going to be moving some of these pieces into a different spot, because to make, you know, more of a walkway through here. This table here is going to go, I think, this is my goal. I'm going to put this table back there, because there's a table back there that we have sold. So I need to put another table there. So I'm going to figure out something else to do with this space. What I've done a lot with these cabinets, as you can see here, it kind of creates a different space. So I have these cabinets that are kind of dovetailed. You know, one's on this side, one's on that side. So this is something that I might try to replicate in the middle of the floor. And then on the other side, have, you know, where the back side is, have a little, you know, have a couple chairs and a smaller table or something back there. But Pinky, we're not giving Pinky very good justice right now. Pinky is looking pretty sad. So all of these bottles, while they're very good, I'm going to display them differently. I don't want to have just a cabinet chock full of bottles. I need to use boxes and bowls and baskets. And there isn't any reason why I can't have some of these little vials and stuff in a bowl and set on another area. They don't need to be chock full in here. And honestly, since I've just been so burned out, I'll price something and I'll just find a spot to put it on. So there's not been any really rhyme or reason, because I just haven't wanted to put any time and effort into it. So that is honesty right there, because that's why that looks the way that it does. I don't like the way that this cabinet looks. Again, it's just a hodgepodge of things that don't make any sense, and I don't like it. And this table I don't like there. Things just need to change. This cabinet, again, is just kind of, things are just in there. There's no rhyme or reason. And honestly, look, there's still a Christmas item back there. I keep all my Christmas items tucked away. I don't keep them out year round, because I have a big holiday open house and I transform the entire shop. We've already started working on this area. That's why it looks so bland. But this is a piece of furniture that we're giving to somebody. This piece of furniture is a very dark piece of furniture, and it's in a very dark place. So my plan is to move this piece of furniture up towards the front and make it a little bit brighter, because it's just in a dark spot. We need to bring out some more lamps to add some more light, because the shop tends to get a little dark. In my opinion, it needs to be brighter in here. So we're going to add in some more lamps. And you can see as I'm walking up, we call this the stage. Walking up here, this is an area that needs some attention, but it's an area that I'm not going to give that much attention to right now. I'm going to focus on this part of the shop first, and then we're going to work our way back here. But this table has sold. She's picking it up next weekend. So that big table that I just showed you is going to be moved back here. So this display will be different. And pretty much, other than the books, because the books we've just set out recently, and we're going to just use them in a different area. Pretty much everything in this cabinet right here is pretty much. There's a few things that I'm going to still keep, but it's all stuff that just isn't worth keeping. We've had it for 4 years. This whole bookshelf actually has doors on it that we're going to put back on. So we're going to move this bookshelf in a different area, put the doors back on it, and use it for displaying some of the pottery pieces we have. To put it in here, but it's going to go in a different spot because it's been in this spot since we've opened 4 years ago, and most of the stuff has actually been in this cabinet for that long. So that's going to get changed as well. Same with a lot of the stuff that's in here. Now these guys, I'm going to display the books and the book ends, but some of this other stuff, the clear glass stuff, isn't things that we can sell or people want. This is a dresser that's going to be moved into a different spot. You can see here, I have this shelf here of it's a window that when we were remodeling the building, we came across this. It used to be a window there. And then I had Mark put in some shelves and frame it out. And we're not even using it to its ability. So it's just, everything's just kind of thrown in here, and it needs to change because this is not what I had planned on doing to the shop. And you can see in the back room, we have all this stuff back here that we can't even get to. This is all the stuff we have. This is all of our inventory that's just sitting back here because there's no room. So all of the stuff up there is holiday, Christmas, and that kind of things that we change out for the seasons. And those are all Christmas trees. I put up about 9 Christmas trees in the shop. So those are all Christmas trees. But you can see we've got all of these really cool pieces back here that we can't even get to. Like, look at these filing cabinets we're going to pull out. They've got things in it that we need to go through. So we've got some really pretty light fixtures. But we can't even display it. These are all sleds. I have another area back here that is just full of picture frames that I need to display. And there's lamps there. We just can't even get to this stuff because we have nowhere to put it. There's still a lot more books, and look at all of these lamps. I have stuff in there. So this is pure honesty right here, guys. I'm being honest with you. I'm so overwhelmed with the amount of things that we have, and we can't display them and give them the justice that they deserve. So that's going to change. We have another bookshelf there, and see all these beautiful frames. There's stacks and stacks and stacks of frames that need to be out and sold because those are things that I know that will sell well. All these beautiful fans, they're just back here because it's easy just to throw them back here. So this is another shelf that we're going to try to use. But tools, trains, this is a cool piece here. So something's got to give, guys. And this is what it is. And it's going to be a lot of work. But in the end, it's going to be worth it. I'll enjoy being here, and I'll have a lot more success because people will see that this is a shop that the people who run the shop care about it, and they're not just putting things out willy-nilly, because that's just not what I do. It's just not what we want to do. So we are going to get started, and we're going to start in one section and just keep working our way back, and I will keep you posted. But this is video 1. So this is just me being real and blunt and honest, and I'm overwhelmed, honestly. It's going to be a lot of work, and I end up putting a lot of pressure on myself, and I know that I do this, but it needs to happen because honestly, I'm not proud of this shop the way that it looks right now. And I think that's why I haven't and put a lot of my time and energy into the way that it looks is because it's just not what I want. And honestly, when I'm here, I need to be working and doing my reselling, because honestly, that's where I make the majority of my money, is my online sales. So when I'm not doing that, then I'm not making much money when I'm here. So if I'm combining the two, by bringing my reselling business here, I can have the shop open and I can still be sitting and taking photographs and listing, and I'm still making money that goes into my account and not the business account. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I hope that it does, somewhat at least. So this is it. I'm going to get started, and it needs to happen. So a revamp, I guess that's what it's going to be, revamping my shop and making it the way that it should be, in the way that I've always envisioned it being. And it needs to happen. And it's going to happen. So I'm bringing you along with me so you can keep me accountable, and so you can see the transformation and maybe get a little bit of ideas and inspiration if you have an antique shop of your own or if you have an antique booth. All right, I'm going to get started. There's no time like the present. So we got some of the games cleared out, and we've started cleaning out this cabinet here. And honestly, a lot of it was salt and pepper shakers that I've weeded out. I'm keeping these to resell in the shop. And this is just an example of some of the things that I have that I'm setting up at the flea market. This is glass bake. Glass bake is not Pyrex. And it's just some of the stuff is stuff that we got when we went to an auction, and we just got a box full of stuff, and we just brought it to the shop, and we're trying to sell it, and it's not selling. So it's going to the flea market, and then if it doesn't sell, then it's going to be redonated. This is it's a little Bahamas guy. I guess he was a souvenir piece. He's really neat, but I had him marked 50% off, and he still wasn't selling. So he's being redonated, or he's going to go to the flea market. This is a stoneware cuspidor, like a spittoon. We've had it forever. I had it $10, and it's going to go. Because it's not a piece that you can display well or really do anything with. And I don't even know what this is. This is something that Dad got. It's a bottle or a jug, and it's painted like an apple. It's vintage White House apple cider vinegar glass jug. It's going to the flea market. The cookie jars I'm going to just put in a different location, as well as those cans there. Those Pyrex nesting bowls, but not the collectible kind. They're the ones that people are still using. Those are going to go too. So that's one cabinet and about 500 more to go. So that's an update.